Hi everyone, welcome to my first video tutorial in my Tailwind CSS journey. Hope you read my blog first before you watch this video, get the Tailwind installed as well as a VS Code installed. If you haven't got them installed, you can pause this video, go back to my blog and read the instruction on how to install Tailwind on VS Code. Now if you have them all, let's get it started. As you can see in here, I'm using VS Code and I have Tailwind built in the VS Code. Everything is saved under node modules. And then I have a HTML file called index.html where I have the image, a title, and a paragraph. I also have a CSS file. This is where I import all the Tailwind base components and utilities to be used on the HTML. The beauty of Tailwind CSS is we don't need a CSS file. Everything is under HTML, but if you want to use it, you can. I'll give you an example. Let's run this one. How do you run Tailwind? You just write npm start, press enter, and wait for the browser to pop up to show how this index.html look like. Voila, we've got an image of watermelon, the title of watermelon, and a paragraph about watermelon. Good. So I want to style it though, because it doesn't look good, right? What do? Let's see. I want to change the color of the title as well as change the size of the font. So you can use a CSS, and what you have to do is you just write layer base, because we're using this base on here. That's why it's specified as base. And you need to type H1 because we want to change the title, which is on the H1 tag. And we want to define the color as a dark red color, which is 8B0000, and then specify the size of the text. What you have to do is add apply text XL. Save them, go back to the web browser, and look at this. It changed. Perfect. So easy, right? What else do I want to do? Let's go back to the HTML. And as you can see in here, I've got two div, and each div has a class called container. So what does container mean? Imagine if you have a Tupperware that comes with different sizes and volumes, and you can put whatever you want in it. It will follow the size and the volume of the Tupperware, right? So it's the same as this one. I have an image inside the container. I have a title and a paragraph inside another container. And I want to modify it because it doesn't really look good. It moves, it follows the size of the browser, but I'm still not happy about it. I want to center everything in the middle here. Remember that Tailwind doesn't center any container automatically. And it doesn't have a horizontal padding, unlike Bootstrap that adds 15 pixel padding. So what we have to do if we want to center it automatically, we just need to type mx auto, save them. Let's see what it does. See, this one is right in the middle now, while the text is still on the left side. Nope, we move it, it still follows the container. So I want to move everything into the middle. Now you can see there is a space in between the size of the browser here. Great, love it. What else do I want to do? I want to play around with the text now. Let's see. I want to set my font into a specific font, right? So what you have to do is you go to the tailwind.config.js, and I want to set my font family to have classes such as sans, serif, and mono. That's the default one. And what you have to do is you define it in here and you type font family under the theme, font family, and then you specify it as sans. And then let's see, I want it to be specific. UI sans serif, serif. And I want to have the second class, serif. And then I want to specify it as UI serif. Let's see. Random. Okay, I guess nothing really happened. Oh, it actually changed. See, it follows the specification of this, whatever you define. Let's see, I want to add one more. I want to add mono in here. Right, mono space. Save them. I guess it doesn't change that much. But as you can see, once we define the font family and we define a specific family according to the class, it will automatically follow. Cool. Moving on to a different text. Now I want to build a responsive website. As you can see in here, if you make it bigger, the size of the font stays the same. I don't want that. What I want to do is to add, let's pick a paragraph. And then I want to add a class. And we call it text SM, means text small. That's what the default is for Tailwind. Then we have SM text medium, medium text, large, large text, extra large text, 2XL, 2XL text, 3XL. I think I have enough. So we'll stop in here and then we'll define it as a font light to just set it as a font light instead of bolded. Let's save them and see what happened. See, this changes. And then what if I make it bigger? The font also changes once the web browser is getting bigger and bigger. So, and then if you make it smaller, the font is also getting smaller and smaller. What is happening here? So in this line, what happens is, remember the breakpoint of the container? That's what it is. So here, SM specify the breakpoint of small, medium, specify the breakpoint of medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and so on. And in here, I'm telling the HTML that, hey, when the breakpoint is at small, make the text size medium. When the breakpoint is at medium, make the text large. And when the breakpoint is at large size, make the text extra large, and so on. And that's what's happening. Easy, right? You didn't have to go back to CSS and worry about, oh, at this size, I want it this size, at what class, yada, yada, yada. Less headache. And then similarly, if you want to change the title to italic, for example, just add a plus, say italic, save them, it will change. Look at it, easy, it's less than 2 seconds. What about if I want to make it bold? Same thing, you just say font bold right under this class. Okay, I'll just unhighlight it, save them. See, it bolded automatically based on this class. Perfect. What is next? Next is underline. So what's so interesting about underline here? Similarly, we can just say underline to underline the title, for example. See, it goes into right here. But what is interesting about underline is there is another property called no underline. Why do we need that? So for example, in HTML, usually you have a U tag to underline a word or a paragraph or anything. This is the watermelon. This is where we underline it. Save them. See, it's underlined. But you can modify it and say that, hey, I don't want to underline this. So what I say, I will add a class and I would say no underline right here. See, look at the changes after I save them. It's gone. What's the purpose of it? I'm not quite sure. But if you want to do some magic, play around with it, it's your choice. Good. What else? Now I want to play with the background. How do we do that? See, we have no background, very boring. Make it a lot more interesting. How do we do that? We pick the whole container, which is this one, and I say that I want it to be background pink 100. So what does it mean is BG means is a background color, pink is whatever color do you want to pick, 100 is a shade number. It ranges from 100 to 900, where 100 is sitting at the lighter side. And as we go higher, the color becomes darker. Look, see, now it's got a background color with the pink and sitting at a shade of 100. We make it 900 now. Look at it, it becomes darker. Doesn't look really appealing, isn't it? But let's see, if you change it, nothing happened. Now I want to change the color when the size of the browser changes too. How do we do that? All right, we can do the same thing as the text where we specify the breakpoint and we define that, hey, at this breakpoint, I want this color at this shade. So watch, I add this, specify at small, I want it to be pink, medium, I want it to be, I don't know, we will pick, for example, any color. Let's say red. Pick a shade. Look, you can look at the shade over here. I want it to be 300. I didn't want it to be too dark. And at large, I want it to be purple. And then I want it to be darker, so we'll make it 500. So watch what's happening. See, this is a medium breakpoint. It's a bit pinkish, but it's still red. So you size it down, it changes into pink. You make it bigger, it becomes purple. Amazing, isn't it? Oh my God. So, you can do many other stuff such as creating objects or animation as how you can do it in Bootstrap. The goal of this video is to introduce you to Tailwind and convince you to use Tailwind. As you can see, it was pretty easy to use Tailwind to make interactive website. I hope you're convinced now to use Tailwind. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to change the Bootstrap into Tailwind CSS. Well, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up or write me a nice comment or review. Thank you.